Chapter 5: What stops you from waking up early? There are so many things that keep you from waking up on time. One of the main things that stop you would be yourself. All of the things you do to avoid sleeping at the hour or distract your bored mind from dozing off keep you up at night and ruin your sleep. Refusal to wake up because you have nothing to do in the morning, no one to see or no plans can also keep you lounging in bed for a few more hours. Anything that holds down your lifestyle is naturally no one else's fault but yours. Before you continue reading, take some time to compare your routine in the morning and your routine at night. If you concentrate hard enough, you'll realize that the morning routine is more automatic and basic than your nightly routines. All the fun, exciting things happen either in the afternoon or closer to the evening rather than first thing in the morning. So here's a quick question to consider: what would your day look like if your morning was more exciting? Unshakable habits. Some habits can be so irritating. They simply refuse to leave you alone. The only issue with these habits may be that they interrupt your sleep and mornings. Now most habits, especially when you reach an independent age ranging over 20 years, have firmly become fixated into your personality. Anything you develop after this age will also be hard to shake off. Some habits are positive, mind you, not everything has to be a bad aspect of your personality. If you enjoy keeping your surroundings clean and organized, then good for you, since that's a wonderful characteristic of yours. Page 43. Unfortunately, the focus here wouldn't be your positive characteristics, but those negative ones that interfere with routine. When you're going to bed, do you immediately remember your devices, maybe in particular your phone? Do you have the need to check your phone before you sleep? This is an extremely common habit people have. But it isn't just phones that create this habit, it could honestly be anything. When you're by yourself, you have nothing to do and your mind starts to wind down, you suddenly remember 1,000,001 things you want to do and feel the sudden urge to do them. This habit of yours and most people around you is the most common interference that prevents you from getting the right amount of sleep. Just as it's important to have a routine in the morning, you should also have a balanced routine at night. When you know it's time to go to bed, wrap up everything at least half an hour beforehand. Turn off all the lights, electronics, lock the doors, shut the windows, put the rest of the house to sleep before you do so that there's nothing left to do. Keep your devices and distractions out of the room you sleep in. This way, you can rest peacefully knowing that the day has been successfully wrapped up. Mind your eating and drinking habits close to bedtime as well. For instance, avoid caffeinated items before heading to bed. If you must, opt for something relaxing like chamomile tea instead. Don't work out too late in your day or you'll have an adrenaline surge before bedtime. Experts recommend keeping a slightly cooler temperature for an optimal sleep experience and keep the lighting in your room dim enough simply for sleeping and nothing else. Sleep deprivation. You may have the routine, the alarm clock and the determination to wake up early, but what if you're not getting enough sleep? Some people don't have normal working cycles, they could be working 2 jobs at once, or maybe they're a heavy traveler. For all of these people, their routine looks a little different, and that means their sleep patterns are different as well. They may not be the healthiest lifestyles, but there is always a way to make things better. Sleep deprivation is an issue that develops over time. The first few days that you miss out on sleep may not even faze you, but it's after a week or so when you feel the pressure of sleep deprivation. Abnormal routines usually host long hours of staying up and shorter hours of sleep and rest. You're used to sleeping at night and waking up in the morning, but if you resort to night shifts or traveling for a profession, night may not be the right time for you to sleep. So routines have to be altered, keeping in mind that you need at least 8 hours of consecutive sleep. This could mean that afternoons become your nights or even your mornings. Unfortunately, for those whose schedules don't work out for nights or mornings, there isn't much you can do for early mornings other than look for other options that allow you to have the night for yourselves. For those that don't have such requirements, nothing is holding you back from conquering the nights besides yourself. 8 to 10 hours is what you need, and if you're not getting this rest consecutively, you're going to suffer. You can't try cutting corners, getting 3 hours in the afternoon and the other 5 during the night. That isn't how a proper sleep pattern works. This brings us to the next topic, which is the opposite of sleep deprivation, that being getting too much sleep. Lethargic lifestyle. Having too much of anything is bad for you. Naturally, staying up too long without rest is going to make you tired and lazy. Your head will feel light and your mind fuzzy since it's been working for far too long. But when you decide to let out your inner lethargic lion sleep for 18 hours a day, you'll start feeling different side effects. Instead of a light fuzzy head, you'll have a heavy throbbing head, pulsating because it's been out of work for, once again, far too long. After sleeping for too long, you'll always be tired, mind heavy from all the silent hours it rested, and now suddenly, it has to get back to work. It's just like coming back to work after a long 2-week vacation. Though you know the break was going to end, the longer you postpone it, the more reluctant you are to go back. Your mind is the same. It's been sleeping for so long, a few more hours wouldn't hurt. But the truth is, they will. Eventually doing nothing and relaxing becomes an addiction, something you can't get enough of and constantly hunt for more. This makes you lazier, more tired and less willing to perform tasks. What you must realize is that there's always a time when work returns and you have to stop resting. Even though you are getting enough sleep and plenty more, getting up in the morning becomes harder, though you may be using an alarm clock and open curtains. So a minimum of 8 hours is good to keep you running for 16 hours. Anything over 10 hours will force you into a hibernation that'll wake you up crankier than any grizzly bear after the winter. Chapter 6: Benefits of waking up early. The equation to a perfect morning is simple: a good night's sleep complemented with an early start to the morning. Being an early bird isn't something to be embarrassed about, it's something to hold your head proudly over. A lot of people look enviously at those who can wake up in the morning happy and full of energy. If you're one of those people, then stop wearing the color green, since becoming one with the flock isn't as hard as it seems. The saying, "rise with the sun," comes from somewhere and is basically trying to imply that the most natural, healthy way to wake up is when the sun does. Natural light is the friendliest light to have brush against your skin in the misty morning. With the vibrancy of fresh light and a long night to help satisfy your tired mind, waking up properly is the only way to make each day count a little more. Increase your productivity. The first thing that you'll notice is perhaps how your productivity levels rise when you wake up with sun. Given the scenario of modern life, early risers make the most of their day even before your morning coffee kicks in. Let's just say, busy lives cater best to those who wake up early. Looking at well-known success stories, most such individuals report waking up at 5 a.m. or even earlier. Apart from the obvious benefit of gaining more clock time hours added into the day, early hours also means fewer distractions. The mind also tends to be more alert in the morning and allows for focusing better than when surrounded by interruptions. Thinking clearly also goes to benefit better decision-making and increased productivity during the day. Getting a head start on others in this way lets you add value to your mornings at your own discretion. Enjoy more control. Making sure your day starts off early comes with a lot of rewards. First off, being the first one to wake up is a good enough reward. It means you're in control of your morning, and not the people bustling around you that have already awoken. You can choose what you want to do, what you have for breakfast, where to start your day off. Having everything under control is a riveting experience, and once you've had one taste of it, you'll want it more and more. With your own head start on the day, you can watch as the rest of the day wakes up around you. All that you need done can be completed before you even have to do it. Control is something no one can't get enough of. Imagine driving on the free open road. It's most likely the best feeling anyone can have. With your hands on the steering wheel, the speed pulling you along for the joy ride, the smooth wheels imitating the feeling as though you were flying, and all the control is fiddling through the spaces between your fingers. It may not look like the same feeling, but it's indeed exactly what you feel when you wake up early. No one to tell you what to do. This is what waking up early can offer you, and honestly it isn't something you want to miss out on. With a little dedication, you can have the world to yourself, even if it's just for an hour. Improve your health. People who wake up early have a natural inclination to invest in their health. How so? It's fairly simple. Everyone knows that as the typical day progresses, things tend to become crazier, faster. Things that you would like to do for yourself tend to take a backseat. Just think about the workout you've always wanted to fit into your busy schedule but never actually got around to. Or the jog around the block to keep you healthy and fit. Even meditate to get stress out of your system before you dive headlong into your day. It's very easy for such personal goals to get sidelined or completely fall off the radar. The flip side to this is that it is these very items that can help you de-stress and increase your productivity. For most people, it's much easier and more realistic to make personal time for such activities in the morning before the daily grind starts. You'll see that early risers always have some slot of physical activity in their mornings. The benefits include waking up in a good mood, staying in the good mood day long, and ending the day on a good note. Of course, with such positivity comes greater stamina, better performance and improved concentration. Exercise is great for setting up your day with energy, focus and enthusiasm. So whatever morning ritual works for you, whether it is going for a power walk all pumped up, or taking time out to delve in meditative breathing and yoga, make time for it in your mornings. Waking up early will be worth the sacrifice. You'll be a more productive person, enjoy more time out in the sun, have and relish the creativity peak you can only produce armed with your morning cup of joe. The results slowly show on you as well. It'll be harder for those black bags to sit underneath such revitalized, lively eyes. You'll carry that unsuspecting skip in your step others can only crave for. Your posture, positivity, and personality will suddenly become contagious elements people compliment you for over lunch break. You get to have breakfast now. This may seem like a no-brainer to most people, yet so many don't have time to make themselves a decent breakfast and enjoy it in peace before heading out for the day. After all, the caffeine lying at the bottom of your coffee mug isn't what is going to make your day a good one, it's the time you have with that coffee. Those who do enjoy their breakfast will tell you that it's the ideal fuel to run your brain and body. Breakfast not only kick-starts your metabolism, but also gives you the energy to get things done during the day. It puts you in a happier mood, unknowingly for most people, but because you simply function better on a filled stomach. In the same way, a good breakfast keeps you from snacking or binging away unnecessarily. If anything, it's the perfect way to stabilize and then maintain your blood glucose levels during the day. So have a hearty breakfast with some fruit or nut-topped cereal, a smoothie, or just go with traditional egg and toast if you like. For a true health boost, some people also like to start their day off with juicing to get their fill of vitamins and minerals. You can opt for whatever works best for you, but do keep in mind that you'll have to make time for breakfast, even if it means starting your day a little earlier. Every day is a new one, every experience will last forever and make you the person who stands before yourself today. This kind of progress doesn't happen overnight, though. It may take months, but the future prize will last for years. With every day being an opportunity, take each opportunity by the throat, start it off the best you can, and never let it get away. Chapter 7 Habits to help you sleep early. When starting your new developing habit of waking up early, you can try out new techniques and habits to help yourself. One thing to keep in mind when you are going to try new techniques to wake up early: not everything will work for you. So just pick one or two that will work best for you and your daily routine. Pick and choose some ideas that you think may work for you. If they don't, then fret not, there are so many more helpful pointers you can find. You may not even need help waking up other than an alarm clock. When it comes to waking up early, you have to keep a positive mindset. Most people who wake up early do wake up optimistic, energetic and beaming. In order to wake up in such a good mood, you need a positive approach to your mornings, every morning. Optimistic behavior: you need to feel good each morning. As mentioned before, the morning determines how the rest of your day goes, whether you feel elated or down in the dumps. It's hard, and sometimes you simply don't have control over the mood you wake up in. If the neighbor's dog barks the world awake each morning, including yourself, it's easy to see why you may not wake up in the best of spirits. To conquer this, rather than thinking negatively about the neighbor's dog, think of a positive solution. You can either purchase a pair of earmuffs to block out the noise or to adjust your sleeping time so that you can wake up a little earlier. Everything has two sides. In order for you to keep an upbeat balance to your days, you need to understand both of those sides. What is the negative outcome, and what is the positive? Most times, the negative solution or result is easier to see and commit to. With a little practice though, the positive side can be conquered, and when it is, you'll feel much better about yourself, and the neighbor's dog. Just as well, when you see how early you've woken up, don't feel disheartened, you should feel better. You've definitely experienced a day where you unconsciously woke up early, saw the time and went right back to sleep. It's alright, everyone loves their sleep. However, when it comes to turning early mornings a routine, never look at the clock cynically. Look to the time positively, look at all the time you now have to accomplish everything that needs looking to throughout the day. This brings us to our next point in changing your mental perspective on an early start, and that's planning out the layout of your day. Pre-plan your day when you start your day. A great way to motivate yourself is by having an agenda. Mornings are admittedly hard, working out your breakfast, your schedule, your meals, so on and so forth. But what would you do if you'd already planned it all out? Before going to sleep, think about the coming morning. What are you going to eat? Maybe you'll go out for breakfast or make an omelette. Even if it's a vague idea, it's still a method of motivation. You can go even further and plan out your entire morning. If it's a work day, then the morning may be monotonic, but if you have a free day ahead of you, make the day fun and interesting with a plan of all the things you can do. Go out for a run or start a project. Try out some new recipes or indulge in some crafting. Anything can spice up a day, and when your day gets more exciting, you'll be more driven to start it early. Having a plan for every day may seem timely, but the truth is the only work behind it can be a few hopeful thoughts before bed. Think about how your day today went, and try to make tomorrow a better one. If you couldn't see your friends today, see them tomorrow for an early brunch. Today didn't go well and you felt tired in the morning, take a shower the next morning to wake yourself up and feel fresh. If every day isn't repetitive, then you'll feel better about each day. This may feel hard, trying to find something new to do every day, still it's something to look forward to and actually isn't as hard as you tend to presume. One small change in any day is a good change. Changing something in the morning, for instance, having a different breakfast, going out rather than staying in, leaving the curtains open rather than closed, are all changes you can make with one pre-planned decision that'll make your day better. Hold accountability for not waking up early. If you wake up late, it's your fault. Ignoring the alarm clock, shielding sunlight with your blanket, snoozing for only 5 more minutes is all on your head. Only you can be held accountable for the time you wake up. Think about all the things you didn't do. Without the sunlight, you couldn't go out and enjoy a perhaps wonderful summer day. Brunch with your friends is no longer possible. You may not have time to take out for yourself now that most of the day is gone. The shrug of your shoulder is not allowed here. The more guilt and responsibility you feel for not committing to your early mornings, the less likely you'll sleep in. Think of all the healthy benefits you miss out on. Waking up with a smile on your face. No black sinking holes darkening your eyes, no lingering sneer from brushing the irritable tangles in your hair, no horrible day hating the partition from you and your bed. There's so much to gain from waking up early and so much to lose from sleeping in. This isn't something to think optimistically about. This time, rather than looking to the better side of the story, you most likely got an extra hour of sleep. Think of all the things you didn't receive. As odd as this may sound, it's okay to feel bad about yourself. It's fine, everyone does it all the time. They think negatively about their body, their hair, their habits, and you know what they do. They change. If you hate waking up late and truly want to wake up early, then try associating pain to the days you chose to sleep in. Curse the mornings you didn't wake up early and resent the chances you missed out. All that resentment will become your strongest motivational push, driving to better mornings and healthier, happier days. Dream of waking up like a perfect coffee ad, where they seem to love the sun's rays passing through their laced white curtains. It'll happen soon enough. Chapter 8 Tips to help you wake up early. Fret not, for when you aren't capable of changing your mood swings about the early mornings, you can simply resort to the sneaky tricks. There's always another way to do things when you can't change, and that's to change your surroundings. Everything around you affects the way you sleep, and the way you wake up. No matter what you've got in your room, even if it's a book, it affects your sleep. That's why the room you sleep in has to be the perfect environment for restful and fulfilling hours of slumber. There are many parts of your room you must focus on. Is it the right room to sleep in, or are you surrounded by distractions that are going to keep you up? Where your bed is located, and is it really the most comfortable place to have it? Ask yourself some questions to better your own sleep, and always keep in mind, this is for a better, more relaxed morning. The following are some main contributing factors to your sleep that should be primarily addressed for better sleep results. Sleeping material. Is your bed comfortable? You may have had it for a long time. And yes, that evidently makes the bed a familiar feeling, but in truth, is it comfortable? It doesn't hurt to look around at some other mattresses in stores. You might find something you like. It's okay to cheat on your mattress. Sometimes you need a break from sleeping on the same bulging old mattress. If you do find a new, more comfortable mattress while browsing, don't be afraid to get it. You need all the comfort in the world to get the best sleep each night for better mornings each day. Also look at the pillow type you have. There are definitely different pillow types since everyone sleeps in a different position. Some people sleep upright just like any proper princess would, others tend to sleep on their sides. Some people even admittedly sleep with their face inside the pillow. There's a specific pillow for all these sleeping positions: ergonomic neck pillows and stiff pillows for strained necks. Try finding nice fluffy, snuggly blankets to wrap yourself in, or even thermal blankets to make cold nights more bearable. Keep in mind the temperature in your area as well, because on some nights, mostly in summers, a blanket can be suffocating rather than comforting. Sleeping earlier. Always keep this in mind. The math behind waking up early comes from a nice long night of sleep that started early. You must give up late nights in order to wake up feeling fresh and productive. Anything that was once keeping you up before should now cease to happen. Any binge watching in the middle of the night shouldn't happen anymore, because each 23 to 45 minute episode you watch is another hour or a half taken away from your morning. Going out for dinners or night parties, hangouts, or anything that leads you out of your house shouldn't keep you out after 10. It may seem like less fun. The night is the hour for fun, but then you have to face the consequences in the morning when you miss your daily early routine and have to cut through to the middle of your day. You also have to avoid any blue lights before sleeping that could hazardously affect your mind. What are blue lights? What color reflects the strongest in your eyes when you stare at the screen of your phone? That's unfortunately right. Electronics are the producers of blue light, which means that at night, you shouldn't be using your devices at all. Phones, computers, tablets, and even your television shouldn't be near you to tempt you when you try to go to sleep. A dark or dimly lit room with no blue lights to keep you up should be where you sleep. Use sunlight to wake up. The light around you is very important. While as mentioned before, blue light isn't something you should be close to, natural light is. Keep your curtains open when you go to sleep so that the morning sunshine can shimmer through your windows when you wake up. There's nothing better than natural sunlight, and it'll never fail you. Even if you're feeling upset or down, you can simply stroll out into the sun. A true fact is, sunlight naturally makes everyone feel happier. With sufficient vitamin D without the sun up in the sky, you don't feel happy at all. That's why rainy days are always the worst. Everyone hates days when the clouds cover the sky and rain on your parade because they're blocking out the sun. So if you want to wake up at the right time, no clock works better than the sun. Allow the sun to brush across your skin when the light comes through. Rise with the rest of the world and feel great when you do. For a happier morning, let the natural system wake you up, not the bleary alarm clock you've thrown across the table countless times. Use a friendlier alarm clock. Almost every day is another day where you want to strangle your alarm clock. Everyone can surely relate, but then again the alarm clock is only doing its job. There are other types of alarm clocks you can try using that might hold more successful results than the one you own today. One type of alarm clock you can invest in is a sunrise alarm clock. This alarm clock, rather than blaring you awake, will imitate the natural rise of the sun to help you rise. Set up the alarm clock to suit your timing, and watch the magic as the alarm clock mimics the sunrise. 5 minutes before your set time, the clock's light will start to turn on until it reaches the designated minute where it shines at full power. You can even add calming music in the background that elevates with the sunrise. You can also try waking up to music on its own rather than listening to the cacophonous repetitive beeps of typical alarm clocks. Your favorite song is a much better option to wake up to. You can also purchase an alarm clock without a snooze button. How is this a friendlier alarm clock? It isn't. You just have to wake up. Keep yourself awake. The next step after you've woken up is to keep yourself up and running, not collapsing onto the couch or dozing off over the kitchen table during breakfast. There are multiple things you can do here to ensure you're up and ready for the day. Taking a shower or at least washing your face with cold water is a good idea. The touch of cold water will ironically unfreeze your tired mind. Rather than having a warm drink in the morning, kick the day off with a cup of cool fruit smoothie to freshen up your day. Get out into the sun as soon as possible. It'll beat brooding in the dark corners of your home, hating your bed for letting you leave it. Sunlight is the perfect sign you need to wake up and take hold of the day with your two hands. A filling breakfast and a quick warm-up will help you wake up your limbs as well. Get your day started as soon as you wake up. Not doing anything practically means giving in to procrastination. Remember that how you start the day is how you end the day, so don't procrastinate the first thing in the morning. As soon as you get up, your pre-planned day should commence right away to keep yourself occupied.